Hello. Thank you for joining me in my secret place. So I want to share with you today, as I promised, my ultimate modeling chocolate recipe. The best of the best. It's the only one that I use for all my small and big figurines. And it's so easy to make, but there is a tricky part that you need to learn. Okay? It's a simple recipe, and these are the ingredients. So it's modeling chocolate. We have candy wafers, and it can be, whatever wafer that you have. I have this came in 16 ounces, like 53 grams. You're gonna need corn syrup, like 100 grams, or 1/3 of cup, or 3 ounces. It's the same. Or you can find these ones, this brand is the same. There are wafers, they are white, but in this case came in a small amount or less amount per bag. So it's 12 ounces, 340 grams. So I'm gonna use 2 bags. So it's 24 ounces or 80 grams. And we are gonna need corn syrup, light corn syrup, whatever brand you want to use. We are going to use 140 grams or 5 ounces or half a cup. Okay, these are the equivalents in grams or in ounces. I don't have the cups for this, but normally you can weight the wafers. And for the corn syrup, it's easy if you weight it, but if you don't have like a weighting thing you can use the cup measurement. Okay, this is the only 2 ingredients that make an amazing modeling chocolate. So let's start. I'm gonna put this at the side so you can keep or copy the recipe. And we are gonna need a bowl for microwave, a spatula, a rubber spatula, silicone spatula, and in my case I like to use plastic wrap. So I'm gonna put the wafers in my bowl, and I'm gonna start putting 1 minute and stir, and then 30 minutes at a time until this is nice and melted. Okay, I already put 1 minute first, and I'm gonna stir. Even it's not melted, but I start just moving the heat that I already have here. So I move it. Once that I make sure that I move already all my wafers, I'm gonna put it in 30 seconds at a time, and each time I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna move my wafers, and I'm gonna make sure that I balance all the heat, and then I pop it up again in the microwave. Okay, this is my second time in the microwave. The first one was 1 minute, and this was 30 seconds. And I'm gonna move all the heat, all my wafers. It's important to do this so our wafers doesn't burn. Okay, another 30 seconds. Let's do it. Okay, this is another 30 seconds. So this is the third time. First time 1 minute, second time 30 seconds, another, this is the second time for 30 seconds. And I just make sure that I mix all my chocolate so the heat help to melt almost all the wafers before putting in the microwave again. So just mix, 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 mix. And I don't think that I'm gonna need to put it again. Just with the heat. Yep. It's nice. Smooth. It's just a bubble. Just make sure that we don't have any lumps. I mean, it can happen that you at the end you can see some lumps and bumps. Okay, for me it was 1 time or 1 minute and 2 times or of 30 seconds. Okay, now we have nice and smooth our wafer. So let's move on. I have a half a cup because I have this amount, 680. So 2 bags, 100 grams and half a cup. And I'm gonna put it. Some people like to warm the corn syrup. I mean, I don't do it, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I mean, I don't see any difference. So the only thing I make sure that I have everything. Okay, now this is the important part of the process. Very important. Don't over mix. We are going to just stir and just fold the corn syrup into the wafer or the melted chocolate just a couple times in slow motion. Don't get too crazy, because it's when you over mix you start seeing the separation of the fat. So I mean, you can fix that chocolate, but if you can do it right since the beginning. So I start, you see, start changing the consistency. It's more like a batter, cake batter, or it's almost done. As long as I don't have any lines or corn syrup. I still have here a little bit of chocolate. I just made sure, and that's it. It looks like a butter, and it doesn't stick, almost doesn't stick in the bowl. So that's it. This is the consistency that you're gonna get. Stop right there, and then we are gonna use plastic wrap to put this modeling chocolate to rest. If you are in a hurry, you can pop this modeling chocolate in the fridge for 20-30 minutes and it will be ready. If you are not in a hurry, you can leave it out in the counter like overnight and it's gonna be okay. So why put it in the plastic and not in the container? Because at the end, if you may leave it here, it will be super hard for you to start working. And I just spray it in a thin layer because it will help to set faster. And that's it. You can use colored wafers, but you need to, and the more colored the wafer, the more corn syrup you need to add, like 10 or 20 grams at a time. I mean, you can make the black and you can make the red, but you need to start putting more corn syrup. But you can definitely dye this with gel colors. Okay, I can leave it like this over the counter. This is nice and super fast. Or I can just put it in the fridge at least 20 minutes. And I have one that I did just before I start this video. And start like set it nicely. Oops. Start nicely setting. See, just it's easy to start working in this shape, and you just need to knead. I just made this like 15 minutes ago before I start the video, and I just place it in my fridge. You see, it's nice and firm. If it's too cold, you let this modeling chocolate in the fridge like overnight. I mean, nothing happens, just gonna be super hard. You can just put it in the microwave like 5 seconds at a time. And this is amazing. You can start shaping, working. If you feel like or you see like a little lumps or chocolate that it didn't melt all the way, nothing happened, just press and fold it into the chocolate. I mean, this chocolate is nice and firm and doesn't feel that much the fat. You see, this is nice and firm. But in the case that you feel like a little bit of fat or extra fat, because there is a different brands, you can use a small amount of powder milk. So you can knead with a little bit of powdered milk. So this gonna give you like a more satin or more made termination. Not, oops, I have some coloring. It's fine. You can just knead. And you're gonna see the difference is a little bit made, not that shiny. Not that shiny finish. And that's it. This is my ultra super easy. You see, this is more firm and this is still need to rest. Modeling chocolate. So I hope you can make it and you can start doing amazing work with this awesome material. Thank you. Just really appreciate your support, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.